What if I told you that just $1,000 could be the difference between a minor inconvenience and a financial disaster? Today, I'm challenging you to build your first $1,000 emergency fund. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on your situation. This isn't theory. This is a practical, step-by-step plan you can start implementing today. Let's get into it. Here's a sobering statistic. According to recent Federal Reserve data, nearly 40% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing money or selling something. Think about that. A simple car repair, a broken phone, an unexpected medical bill, and suddenly you're going into debt or scrambling to figure out where the money will come from. I've been there. 5 years ago, my car broke down on the way to work. The repair? $850. I didn't have it. I had to put it on a credit card at 19% interest, and it took me 6 months to pay off. That $850 repair ended up costing me over $900 because of interest. That was my wake-up call. That's when I decided to build my emergency fund, and it changed everything. Today, I'm going to show you how to build yours. So why $1,000? Why not $500 or $5,000? Here's the thing, $1,000 is the sweet spot for your starter emergency fund. It's not your final goal, but it's your financial foundation. Let me explain why this number is so powerful. First, $1,000 covers the vast majority of common emergencies. Studies show that most unexpected expenses fall between $300 and $1,200. A minor car repair? Usually $400 to $800. Urgent care visit? Typically $150 to $300. Emergency vet bill? Often $500 to $1,000. Broken appliance? Usually under $800. With $1,000 in the bank, you can handle most of life's surprises without panic. Second, it's psychologically achievable. If I told you to save $10,000 right now, you might feel overwhelmed and never start. But $1,000? That feels possible. That feels like something you can actually accomplish. And here's the secret. Once you hit that first $1,000, the momentum carries you forward. You prove to yourself that you can do this. Third, it breaks the debt cycle. Without an emergency fund, every unexpected expense becomes a credit card balance or a payday loan. With $1,000 saved, you handle the emergency with cash, avoid interest charges, and stay out of debt. That's the difference between moving forward financially and staying stuck. Let's talk about real-world emergencies that your $1,000 fund will cover. I want you to visualize these scenarios because they're not hypothetical. They happen to real people every single day. Car repairs. Your car won't start and you need it for work. The mechanic says it's the alternator and the battery. Total cost, $650. Without an emergency fund, you're looking at missing work or putting it on credit. With your fund, you write the check and move on with your life. Medical emergencies. You wake up with severe stomach pain. You go to urgent care because you can't wait for a regular appointment. The visit, tests, and prescription total $425. Even with insurance, you have a deductible and copays. Your emergency fund covers it without stress. Job loss buffer. You get laid off unexpectedly. Your emergency fund gives you breathing room to find a new job without immediately panicking about next week's groceries. Even if it only buys you 2 weeks of expenses, that's 2 weeks of job hunting without desperation clouding your decisions. Home repairs. Your water heater starts leaking all over your basement floor. The plumber says it needs to be replaced immediately. Cost, $900. Your $1,000 fund handles it, preventing water damage that could cost thousands more. These aren't scare tactics. These are real situations that happen to millions of people. The question is, will you be ready? Now let's break down your timeline. I'm giving you 3 options based on your current financial situation. Be honest with yourself about which one fits your life right now. Option 1, the 30-day sprint. This is for you if you have a decent income and can really tighten your budget for a month. You need to save $33.33 per day. I know that sounds like a lot, but here's how you think about it. That's skipping 1 restaurant meal per day. That's cutting out your daily coffee shop run. That's selling a few things you don't use. That's picking up 1 extra shift per week. For 30 days, you go into intense savings mode. You eat at home, you say no to non-essentials, you focus. It's a sprint, not a marathon. Option 2, the 60-day steady pace. This is the middle ground. You need $16.67 per day. This is more sustainable for most people. You're still being intentional, but you're not depriving yourself completely. You can still have some small pleasures while making consistent progress. This might mean brown bagging lunch instead of eating out, canceling 2 subscriptions, doing a side gig on weekends. It's very doable without burning out. Option 3, the 90-day marathon. You need $11.11 per day. This is perfect if you're on a tight budget or have irregular income. The key here is consistency. Even small amounts add up. Skip 1 convenience store run per day, and you're halfway there. Pack your lunch 3 times a week, that's another chunk. Find $11 per day, and in 90 days, you're financially protected. Slow and steady wins this race. Pick the timeline that fits your life. There's no shame in taking 90 days. What matters is that you start today, and you don't stop until you hit $1,000. Let's talk about where to keep this money, because this is crucial. Your emergency fund needs to be accessible, but not too accessible. Here's what I mean. Put it in a high-yield savings account at an online bank. Right now, top online savings accounts are paying between 4% and 5% interest. That means your $1,000 earns you $40 to $50 per year just sitting there. Traditional banks pay basically nothing, maybe 0.01%. Don't leave free money on the table. Why a separate account? Because out of sight is out of mind. If your emergency fund sits in your checking account, you'll spend it. I guarantee it. You'll see that balance and think, oh, I can afford that. No, your emergency fund needs its own home, separate from your daily spending money. Make it accessible but not instant. You want to be able to transfer the money within 24 hours if needed, but not so easy that you can impulsively spend it. Most online savings accounts let you transfer money to your checking account in 1 business day. Perfect. It's there when you need it, but there's enough friction to prevent impulse withdrawals. Name the account. This sounds silly, but it works. Most banks let you nickname your accounts. Call it emergency fund, do not touch, or my financial safety net. Every time you log in, you'll see that name and remember its purpose. Now, the most important question, how do you actually find this money? Let me give you 10 creative strategies that real people use to build their emergency funds fast. 1. The subscription audit. Go through your bank statements and cancel every subscription you don't actively use. That gym membership you haven't used in 3 months? Gone. That streaming service you forgot about? Canceled. Most people find $50 to $100 per month here. 2. The spending freeze. Pick 1 spending category and freeze it for your timeline. If you choose the 30-day plan, do a 30-day restaurant freeze. Eat every meal at home. If you normally spend $400 on eating out, boom, that's 40% of your emergency fund right there. 3. The side hustle surge. Do 1 extra income-generating activity per week. Drive for a rideshare app on Saturday mornings. Sell items on Facebook Marketplace. Offer to mow lawns or walk dogs. Even an extra $100 per week gets you to $1,000 in 10 weeks. 4. The cash windfall redirect. Any unexpected money goes straight to your emergency fund? Tax refund? Emergency fund. Birthday cash, emergency fund. Bonus at work, emergency fund. Don't let lifestyle inflation steal your windfalls. 5. The spare change method. Use apps that round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and save the difference. Buy a coffee for $3.75 and 25 cents goes to savings. It's painless and adds up to $30 to $50 per month. 6. The selling spree. Look around your home. What do you own that you haven't used in 6 months? Sell it. Old electronics, clothes that don't fit, books you've read, kitchen gadgets collecting dust. Most people can find $300 to $500 worth of stuff to sell. 7. The no-spend challenge. Pick 1 day per week where you spend absolutely nothing. No coffee, no snacks, no online shopping. If you normally spend $20 per day, that's $80 per month saved. 8. The automated savings. Set up an automatic transfer from checking to savings the day after you get paid. Even if it's just $10 per paycheck, automation removes the decision fatigue. You never see the money, so you don't miss it. 9. The meal prep method. Cook large batches on Sunday for the entire week. The average person spends $15 per meal eating out, but only $3 to $5 per meal eating at home. That's a $200 plus monthly savings. 10. The overtime opportunity. If your job offers overtime, take every opportunity during your savings sprint. One extra shift per week could be $200 to $400 extra per month. This is critical, so listen carefully. Not everything is an emergency. Your emergency fund is for true emergencies only. Let me be very clear about what counts and what doesn't. True emergencies. Unexpected car repairs needed for work. Medical expenses not covered by insurance. Essential home repairs like a broken furnace or leaking roof. Emergency travel for a family crisis, temporary income loss due to a layoff or medical leave, or replacing essential items like a broken refrigerator or water heater. Not emergencies. Sales you don't want to miss. Planned expenses you forgot to budget for. Vacations or entertainment. Gifts for birthdays or holidays. Home upgrades or renovations. Wants disguised as needs. Here's my personal rule. If I knew about it more than 2 weeks in advance, it's not an emergency. It's a budget failure. If I could have planned for it, it's not an emergency. And here's the beautiful thing. Once you have your emergency fund fully funded at $1,000, you don't stop saving. You keep building it to 3 to 6 months of expenses. But first, we get to $1,000. That's your mission. Let me tell you what happens when you complete this challenge. It's not just about the money, although the money is incredible. It's about what it does to your mindset. When you hit $1,000, something shifts. You prove to yourself that you can set a goal and achieve it. You break the paycheck to paycheck cycle. You sleep better at night knowing you have a cushion. You make better decisions because you're not operating from a place of financial fear. I've seen this transformation in my own life and in hundreds of people who've taken this challenge. The confidence you gain from building your first $1,000 carries over into every other area of your finances. You start thinking, if I can save $1,000, I can pay off my credit cards. I can build a bigger emergency fund. I can invest. I can buy a house. This is your financial turning point. This is where everything changes. So here's your action plan. Today, right now, decide which timeline you're choosing, 30, 60, or 90 days. Open a high-yield savings account if you don't have one already. Calculate your daily savings target. Set up an automatic transfer if possible. Pick 3 strategies from the list I gave you that resonate with your life. Then comment below with your timeline and your target amount. For example, I'm doing the 60-day challenge, and my goal is to reach $1,000 by my deadline. Public commitment can increase your chances of success by over 60%. I'll be checking these comments. I'll be cheering you on. And I want you to come back to this video when you hit your goal and leave an update comment. Tell us how it feels to have that $1,000 sitting in your emergency fund. If this video fired you up, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We post new money strategies consistently to help you build real wealth. Remember, financial freedom starts with financial security. And financial security starts with $1,000. You can do this. Let's build strategic income together.